Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1. Phathead, Cande Roth. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a minute. We have a beautiful day on tap. 75, looking good. Mix of sun and clouds. Big night at Dublin Deck tonight. Not only everything, the menu, the drinks, the live music, the whole thing. We have a full ticket blitz tonight at the Deck, Cande.
Oh, it's going to be a good night at the Deck. I like the Deck. Yeah.
I know you do.
The weather's perfect. Tickets galore. I mean, where can you go and have that?
And today's also the radio pre-sale for our Salute to Heroes show, 10 a.m., using the code Jordan. Yeah, you can go Ticketmaster or the remote box office at our studios. Yeah, we have a big, busy day. Cande, please relay to the audience what you told me off the air.
All right, so my sweet Maeve, my granddaughter, who I adore, who's 19 months old, you know, her mom, and I did this with my firstborn, Casey, when they go to take a nap or you're putting them to sleep at night, you know, you hold them. And there was a lot of naps that Maeve took in her mama's arms. She doesn't want to do that anymore. She wants to go in her crib independently. So Jackie said, I know this is great for her and wonderful. She sent me a picture of her in the crib. She said, but my heart is breaking a little, which I totally understand. Totally understand.
And
I think... Yes.
Yeah. No. Well, I just want to go back for a second. I was laughing as we started this break because you're starting to tell me this off the air, and I'm telling you, be quiet, be quiet. Tell me on the radio for all the listeners to hear. And it's just sometimes it's ridiculous the way we go at each other, even when the microphones are not on. Cande.
Especially when the microphones are not on.
That's
the
true.
show off the air is always better than the show on the air, if you can believe that.
So
anyway,
it
happens. It happens. But when you're a first-time mom and your girl and all of that, so she's becoming a little independent human being, and she wants to go to her crib and take her nap with no help.
I love it.
I love it too. My girl. I'm going to go see her this weekend. I can't wait. But I know how Jackie feels. I mean, it's hard. Listen, I remember picking my son up at preschool. He would come running, Mommy, 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 jump into my arms, give me a big hug. We'd hold hands. We'd go have lunch. I was the woman in his life.
Agreed.
Was being the key word here. He's
not anymore.
Running. When I come over, he doesn't come running, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy.
No. Well, I'm going through a similar type thing because now we're at the point where anytime we're going somewhere local, Leah is now driving. That's it.
Oh, I went through that. I feel for you.
So it's good and bad, right? I love it because we're sharing this experience. It's really nice. But like yesterday, she grabs the keys from me. We're on our way to jazz band, the jazz dinner, the jazz chorus.
Oh, man.
And she grabs the keys. She goes, I'm driving. Let's go.
Oh.
And she drove us.
With your other children.
She drove us all to...
Everything was good?
She's
sat
great.
In the front?
Yeah, I sit in the front, and I also help navigate a little bit because I'm trying to give, as she's going, I'm trying to give her some tips and tricks. I'm like, just making her aware of situations.
I have never recovered from teaching Casey how to drive, and Evan doesn't have a license, as you know, so that was a good thing. The good thing is, once she gets her license and can drive by herself, Leah, we need a gallon of milk. Can you go get it? They'll run and get you whatever you want. You got about maybe, I don't know, 2 months of that, and then they're on to you, and it's not fun anymore.
Well, I will tell you, yesterday when she took both hands off the wheel to fix her hair, I said, you do realize, and by the way, we were on an open street, no cars, like it was like a very local neighborhood street, so it wasn't like, okay, but I said, Leah, you do realize, just because you get a license in January, possibly, if you pass your test.
Possibly, you got to pass it.
Right, just because you get one doesn't mean you get to automatically just drive places by yourself. You need to earn that, right? So she's kind of getting it through her head what the deal is. I go 10 and 2.
It made me
10
an
and 2.
absolute nervous wreck. Yeah. I don't ever want to teach anyone to drive ever again.
Yeah, it's been something. Candy, let's get to some of these articles. AI will soon be able to observe what you eat and shame you for it.
Listen to me here now. Anything AI tells me one word, it's going to get very ugly in this world.
See, I think, including myself, by the way, just so it's
Don't
out.
shame
No,
me ever.
hold on. I'm including myself in this, all right? Could stand to lose a couple of pounds. I want a computer to tell me, put that down. Get that out of your mouth. That's what I need to be told that
Oh, good. Then it's
sometimes.
perfect for you.
Yeah. You don't think this is a good idea?
No, I don't want real human beings to shame me, and I certainly don't want to be shamed by AI.
You don't want your little, I don't want to say the name because it might go off. You don't want that little device in your home that you speak to when you open a bag of chips to say to you, are you sure you want to do that? You don't want that.
Maybe. I have Brian for that.
That would
It's so
be
funny
good.
because chips were on sale. You know, I have a real addiction to potato chips, right?
Hmm.
And they were $2 a bag, which is really cheap, right? You had to buy three. So, of course, I bought three. So we had one. I said, take these and hide them. I don't even know where they are.
Um,
And yes,
no, I currently have a bag of chips and a bag of Cheetos hidden in the garage that nobody can find. I have people in the house telling me hide the chips.
hide them.
So yeah,
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So he's my AI, and he's way better looking than an AI. Thank you. Thank
yes,
you.
I agree.
Move on. Unless Lenny Kravitz is coming in AI form, I'm not interested.
Did you see him the other day?
I did.
He performed
Lenny.
a soccer match. Yeah,
Lenny, we gotta talk, Lenny.
yeah. A study found drinking and then sleeping on an airplane could kill you.
What are you talking about?
All right. Here's the whole story. Airplanes are pressurized, as you know.
Yeah.
So it's like being 8,000 feet up where air pressure and oxygen levels are a lot lower, and that affects our body in different ways. All right. They studied the effects by having 48 adults sleep for 4 hours in a pressurized chamber, once with no alcohol, and once after they had 2 drinks. In the lower air pressure, sleeping after drinking put a considerable strain on the heart, causing heart rates to rise and blood oxygen levels to plummet, sometimes below 85%. All
Wow.
of that could combine to cause a medical episode.
Wow.
Now, they do say older people with heart conditions would be at a higher risk, as you
Well,
believe.
that makes sense whether they're in the air or on the ground.
Right. But they also say this would affect people more in first class than coach. Because get this. No, true. Well, because your seating coach is smaller, more cramped, harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. In first class, you drink, you fall asleep, so you have more of a risk of doing this sitting in first class.
I have to say, I've flown first class two, three, 4 times in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it when you take a morning flight and they greet you with a glass of champagne or mimosa, but I don't like really drinking on a plane, and I never understood how someone could actually get drunk on a plane. It's foreign to me.
Yeah, no, well, look, I mean, you and I are not huge drinkers, so,
I like to, I mean, you don't really drink. I like a drink here and there and whatever, and but on the plane,
yeah.
not very rarely.
Yeah, that's a bit much. Like I have enough fear and nervousness, right, of the flying and everything else and whatever's going to happen. I don't need
I
to
like
be
to have my wits about me, is what I'm
exactly.
trying to say.
Maybe a couple drinks would take the edge off, but yeah, no, I'm good. And with
I'm
this
also one
now,
of these people that cannot sleep on the plane. I might fall asleep for a few minutes, but I never really sleep. You know what I mean?
I
Not a sleeper on the plane.
completely agree. I'm the same. That's why I will always take the aisle because I like to get up. So I don't mind people inside of me saying, "Could you please get up? I need to go to the bathroom." So I will I will always take the aisle. Love the aisle seat. And your sleeping story just sparked something. Yesterday, I was so tired before we went to this jazz dinner. I was helping Leah study her vocabulary for a test. And she had to get ready for the jazz dinner. So I said to her, I said, when are we leaving? She said, about 15 minutes. I said, all right, can you just let me have some 15 minutes of quiet? I fell asleep on her bed with my head nestled in her giant 6-foot teddy bear. She got ready in the other room.
Couldn't she have taken a photo for Aunt Candy of that? I would have loved to have seen that.
She should have. And she woke me up 15 minutes later. I felt so refreshed just from that 15 minutes. Yeah.
I can't believe that. I can't do that.
Oh, it was great. Felt so good. And off we went. All right, Candy, we got a lot to do. Less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Got national days, good news stories, and that story about the tribe that now has internet service. We will discuss that and what's going on.
Does mankind have to ruin everything?
Oh, man. We will get into it. We got a beautiful night for Dublin Deck. The Ticket Blitz tonight. The radio pre-sale for Jordan Davis and Tucker Wetmore, all on our socials. Check it out. That's 10 a.m. today. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.